Hello and a very warm welcome to episode 77 of the Sussex by the Sea podcast. A podcast that now covers local football in this great town of ours, as well as keeping up with all the frills and spills, highs and lows of my team, Hastings United. On this week's show, we've got week 7 of the Hastings report, running through all the local results from the SCFL, MSFL and ESFL, including ESFL Team of the Week, and some cracking goal highlights from BEXHILL United with co-host Leon Pettit. And of course we've got the SBTS fan roundtable, and the fan table boys get their collars felt as we get a visit from the boys in blue. Met Police FC's super fan and super volunteer Colin pops in, tells us about our upcoming game with them on Saturday week, and a whole lot more. Enjoy, grassroots football fans. And hour 2, week 7 of Hastings Report. Right, it gives me great pleasure to have Leon Pettit here, ESFL veteran for week 7 of the Hastings Report, running down the SCFL, MSFL and ESFL. Leon, how's your week been?
Yeah, fine. Yeah, starting to get the thermals out of those, getting a little bit nippy around the old mountain parks these days, but apart from that, all good.
I thought you're a former postie, Leon. You lot just wear shorts in all weather.
Yeah, well, my legs don't feel. It's just the rest of my body. Just to wrap up like I was going on the Arctic expedition, upper half of my body, it's still in shorts.
And the injury, how's the injury? Getting better?
Yeah, getting better. Yeah, just sort of having to keep doing my stretches and exercise when I remember. Yeah, well, do them until I feel better and then forget about it until I get injured again. But, as you do.
Right then, so we're going to crack straight into it. So, as Leon told me pre-hitting the record button on this, we did record, I think it was last Monday. So we did miss Eastbourne United's fixture against Little Common. Unfortunately for Little Common, Mason Crease got the goal for Eastbourne, and Sam Crutwell saw red. Then we move on to games played on the 21st. So that would be Bexhill United playing Eastbourne Town. Excellent victory from Bexhill. Was 3-0 up. Eastbourne got a consolation goal. Goals from Evan Archibald, James Ding, and that man Jack Shonk, winning it for Bexhill, with Anasu Sisimai getting the goal for Eastbourne. First of all, I know Jack Shonk's hit 100 goals for Bexhill. I mean, he's just a goal machine, isn't he, Leon?
Yeah, no, he's obviously a really good player, especially at that level, and I think he's been there a good few seasons now, so long may it continue for him and Bexhill. Little
Common returned to winning ways. 3-0 victory against Moseley. James Bunn, Lewis Hull and Lewis Parsons getting the goals. That was in the FA VASE, played on the 24th. Also in the FA VASE, Bexhill United were playing Horsham. An absolute cracker from Oliver Hull.
I wish I could kick it that far. Yeah, so you know, as soon as it left the way it was going, didn't you? It was one of those.
Oh, was it? There was
very good. Yeah, you don't know if down the pole drive it might have been wind assisted, but no, we'll give it to him. We'll let him have it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, good. I think it's the first time both Bexhill United and Little Common have reached the first round of the FA Vase.
Was it really?
I do believe so. Yeah, congratulations to them. Bexhill have got Horndean of the Wessex League. Yeah, Horndean they're 5th in their league. They've only lost 1 league game so far, but they've only scored 8 goals, but only let in 1. So I think it's got 1-0 either way written all over it. I think.
Shonk, it's going to be shonktastic.
Yeah. Little Common next round. I've got Milton United of the Hellenic League, I think it's pronounced. What part of the world they're from, but they're a step below, but they're flying in their league, so it could be a tough one.
Yeah, and what those games are played when?
I believe on the 22nd of October. Yeah.
Okay. Well, talking of fixtures, we look forward to tonight's as we record games. Little Common are playing at home against P7. I mean, what we thinking there? Do you think Little Common could make it 2 wins in a row?
Well, they're well on their way, because just before recording, I saw on their Twitter they were 1-0 up.
Oh, hang on, that's cheating. That is. Well, good goals.
Yeah, 2-0.
2-0 up.
Yeah,
Excellent.
so as it
How
stands,
about
2-0. So Jamie Bunn got the first goal and then Lewis Parsons the second. So
excellent. Well, that's what we'd like to see. Also today, he's gonna tell me as well. I haven't had a chance to look. New Haven away. Bexhill, we're going to New Haven away. What's that current score?
1-0 New Haven.
How long left?
I don't think must be about half hour into the game. I think Little
Yeah.
Common kicked off earlier because I don't know. I think the old people around there don't like the floodlights, but my answer to that is buy some curtains, really. But no, with Bexhill, that is New Haven are flying high, top of the league. They've got the two top scorers. Lucas Franzen Jones got 13 goals in 14 games. Alfred Rogers got 11 in 15 games. So it's always going to be a tough game. Yeah, going to New Haven.
Well, only 1-0, half an hour.
Exactly. Yeah, nice. Still got a second half yet. Bexhill in good form. So
yeah. The Shonker could get in it involved. Then those sides have got games on Saturday. Bexhill are also playing on Saturday. They're playing against AFC Vondenians at the Withdean Sports Complex. How did you see that going, Leon?
A Bexhill win.
Bexhill win?
Yeah, no. AFC Vondenians have leaked a few goals, and with Bexhill's firepower, I think I can't see any other result really at the Withdean. It's a very strange looking ground these days. Obviously, since Brighton played there, it looks a bit vast.
Particularly at this time of year, blimey, it's cold.
Oh yeah, it will be, won't it?
Yeah, remember watching Brighton there a few times in the winter. Oh my blimey! Also, Little Common have got Saltdean United at the rec ground. You got to think maybe Little Common can win that.
Yeah, you'd fancy Little Common to do that. If you include how they're doing at the minute of the last couple their VASE win, they're on good little run, so you'd fancy them to win it.
Our sides of the MSFL, we go straight to, as you see, Hollington 9, Willingdon Athletic 0. Wow, just Hollington to really crush them there. Goals from Lee Carey, Charlie Cornford, Joshua Elliott Noy, Zachary McHenry with 2. Bradley Pritchard gets another goal, and Daniel Tewksbury got 2 goals. I mean, it's a tremendous win. I mean, it's just 32 goals in 6 games. They've only conceded 4. Willingdon still pointless this season after 5. Well, they're a bit of a machine, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't know what else to add, really. Just another routine. Well, I say a routine win. It's an absolute stonking win for Hollington United. Starting to sound like a broken record, really. They're very good.
That they are. So moving on to a bit of a shock result. Cookfield Rangers 7, Sutherland Rangers 1. 4 goals from Christopher Neverway, a goal from Ryan Jackson, Ronnie Devonish, and Luke Trotter, who got a goal and a yellow. I mean, Luke Trotter only got 1 goal here. He scored 8 in 4. I mean, it's a heavy defeat I didn't see come in. I mean, what's your thoughts, Leon?
So obviously Cookfield are currently second, but yeah, for them to sort of go out and thrash Shadowscombe in that manner was maybe a bit surprising, but possibly a sign of things to come from Cookfield. Obviously, Hollington are going out their thumping team, so it might be a Hollington Cookfield 1-2 this season. Who knows?
Could be. Well, we're moving on to a very nice result. Battletown managed to win, beating Rotherfield 2-1. And funnily enough, Battletown were 1-0 down. So it's great to come back. Paul Weatherby hit with a 25-yard screamer, made it 1-1. Callum Thompson won it for Battle with a cool finish, I've been told. Well, just great to see Battle get some points on the board.
Yeah, finally. Yeah, no, it's good to see, and it seems they battled hard for it. But yeah, apparently the keeper pulled off some cracking saves as well to keep him in it. So hopefully they can start to rack up a few more points.
Yeah, definitely kick on from there. So looking at the upcoming fixtures for sides in the Prem, Battletown are going over to Ashurst Wood at the East Grinstead Sports Club this Saturday. Do you think maybe Battle could get more points on the board?
Can't see why not. I mean, Ashurst have only won one league game so far, so just going by that, yeah, why not? I mean, I think I've touched upon it before. Sort of travelling to away games in this league might affect some teams, especially if you just come up from a more local league. But you've got to prepare for it, I guess. Make sure you get there in good time. But yeah, no, we'll see. Good luck to battle.
Mm. Yeah, okay. And Hollington are travelling over to Holland Sports. Holland Sports, which I think a few of us thought may have been a bit of a dark horse when we were doing the prediction league. I don't know if I can remember rightly. This is 3 points Hollington, isn't it?
Yeah, you'd think so. Holland's also only got one league win so far, but compared to some of the teams in the bottom half, they have scored a fair few goals. They've got a bit of firepower there, which I think I might have touched upon before, but they've leaked in, obviously they're in that bottom half of the table, so they're pretty leaky in defence. So you wouldn't expect anything less than a Hollington win there, I think.
Well, and do you think that Silverstone Rangers got Willingdon Athletic at Oaklands Park? Do you think Silverstone can make amends for that whooping from Cooksfield and get 3 points on the board against Willingdon?
Yeah, you'd hope so. Yeah, playing at home as well. I mean, Sellerscombe have got a very nice flat pitch. I'm not sure what Willingdon's pitch is like, but at home with a decent pitch, you think, sort of try and play the other team off the park a bit, get your confidence back up.
So Westfield are playing again on Saturday, back with us. They're playing Linfield. They're playing at the Parish Field. You got to see Westfield, strong favourites there.
Yeah, and obviously should be well rested. Back at home at the Fortress, at the Parish Field. Not many teams like going there really. So yeah, I think Westfield will win that one.
Moving along to the ESFL. Well, Sidley's woes continue. Bexhill Town winning 5-1 at the Who recreational ground. They were 3-0 up at half time. Goals from Henry Barnes. Olympia Peterson got 2. Liam Richards and Tommy Whelan for Bexhill, and the consolation goals from Logan Copley. Well, the game was over at half time, but I mean, quite harsh on Sidley there, isn't it, really?
Yeah, obviously got off to a bit of a tough start, Sidley.
Moving on, Rytown carry on their impressive start. 4-0 winners here against Hawkhurst United. Well, a hat-trick from Charlie Stevens and a goal off the bench from Barnaby Osborne. Rytown comfortable 4-0 winners. Westfield reserves were playing Robertsbridge United firsts. Westfield won 2-1. Goals from George Landace and Alex Malumba. The consolation goal from Connor Burfoot. Rockingham were playing Punnets Town firsts. Punnets Town won very comfortably. A hat-trick from Craig Norman and Samuel Wigand scored for Punnets Town. At time of recording, it's still not up on the FA website who scores for Rockingham, so my apologies. Bexhill AACs were playing Crowhurst firsts. Crowhurst winning 2-1. Back and forth game. Crowhurst won it late. Aaron Davis and Wesley Tate scored for Crowhurst, with Ben Barton getting the goal in between. Rye
obviously off to a flyer. That's 2 4-0 wins and a default, but I think they'll be getting loads of goals. Obviously, Charlie Stevens with his hat-trick, he's a really good player.
Yeah.
They've got another lad plays up front for him, Jules Phillips, so he's a very good player. So I can see him scoring, bagging plenty of goals this season.
So moving on to the Div 1. Little Common Reserves were playing, this was at Bexhill College. Little Common Reserves playing Sandhurst firsts. Sandhurst first coming out thumping 5-2 winners. 4 goals from James Found. He found the goal multiple times. And Thomas Budd for Sandhurst. Goals for Little Common were from Attilio Field and Nicholas Kavanagh. AFC Jesters were playing Tackleway first, and Tackleway won 4-1. Allsy in control of this game. Toby Payne bagging a hat-trick for Tackleway. with Toby Shaw getting the other goal, and Sam Crabb scored for Jesters. Pass and move first. They're playing at the Netherfield Recreation Ground against Wadhurst United. Despite getting an early red card, managed to thump Wadhurst 4-1. Goals from Philip Hatch, Brandon Kovacs, Carl Penn and Curtis Coombs, with the goal from Wadhurst from Dean Tinkham. The man sent off was John Joe Wright in the 20th minute. So they've done well there, Leon. 4-1 winners, despite being 10 men. Battletown reserves. So it was good old week for Battle, managing to win again. So Battletown reserves won 3-1 at South Coast against South Coast Athletico. Goals from Jacob Edwards, Harrison Rathborne, and Alex Woodhams. Funnily enough, Brad Pebham scored for South Coast and actually put them in a lead. Battletown came back into that strong, and that's Div 1.
Yeah, Tackaway off to a flyer in that league. I'm surprised they didn't make a step up into Fem last season. I think they finished quite strong in the league and obviously won the Sussex Junior Cup. So you would have thought they would have been confident, but obviously stayed below. Felt like they were obviously wanting to win Div 1. I suppose Jesters have got off to a bit of an iffy start. I think before the season we had them down as one of the teams to watch, but still obviously early days. And same with Little Common reserves. They've always been quite a strong team. So I'm personally surprised to see them struggling. Still early days. So
yeah, early days. Right, over to Div 2. Pass and move seconds. We're playing Who firsts, and Pass and move certainly did move because they won 6-1. Goals from Alex Cunningham, 2 from Kelvin Lowes, a goal from Jacob MacArthur and Hayden Phillips, and their last goal from Frankie Manning. The consolation goal for Who was from Callum Holt Burgess. At the Tynekiln Recreation Ground, Peshill were playing Nordium firsts, and Nordium won well. Goals from Casper Floyd, a hat-trick from Joe Miller, and a goal from Adam Page, and a booking. Made it 5 for Nordium, with Joseph Worsley getting the consolation for Pesh. Victoria Baptists were playing Bexhill Rovers, and 3-0 win. Goals from James Bellett, Michael Smith, and Patrick Igav-Romby. Made it 3-0. Right, who scored for Icklesham?
Dave Pugh got a penalty.
Dave Pugh, right. What, to put you 1-0 ahead or not?
Equaliser.
Those Icklesham casuals were playing Ninfield. Charlie Harmer scored for Ninfield, and there was Dave Pugh managed to make it 1-1 from the penalty spot. Come on, Leon, you were there. Tell us a bit more.
Yeah, it's just a good, well fought game, really. Especially second half for Icklesham. I was just a spectator. They come out with a bit of fire in their bellies, really. I think Ninfield they're good. They're a good side. They've obviously got something about them. I expect them to be right up there at the end of the season, but it just wasn't their day. I think we frustrated them a little bit. Icklesham had the chances to go ahead in the second half. I mean, that lad Tom, he got a hat-trick last week. He was sure and go at some point. You would have put good money on him to bury it, and he fluffed it wide. Sort of in the dying minutes, Ninfield had a couple of handball shouts as it was sort of pinballing around the penalty box. But I mean, swings and roundabouts, really. So
is that a passive admission that they were handballs? Yeah.
No, I couldn't see. There's too many bodies in
there.
you're
unsighted. You're unsighted.
Yeah. And one of the lads it hit, he was adamant it hit him on the chest. So, I mean, it's all rose tinted, isn't it? If it was against us, we probably would have been crying for a penalty. So, but no, they're good. Yeah, Ninfield a good side. So I think we're quite happy with
tidy result. Tidy result then, yeah.
With the draw, yeah. So mid-table mediocrity for us. Love it.
Yeah, early doors. You never know.
I'm comfortable.
Comfortable. Right then. So moving on, we've got Selderscombe Rangers playing at Oaklands Park against Hollington United Reserves. Hollington won it 2-1. Goals from, funnily enough, Daniel Woodley, and goals from Zachary McHenry. he gets about, doesn't he? A goal for Sutherland from Jimmy Hua. There was a late red card in the game, and that was for Sutherland's Billy Kern. How's Zachary McHenry scored for? It's because the game's later.
Yeah, they kicked off at 4, I think it was.
Yeah,
yeah. Hollinson, I think Hollinson kicked off at 2, wasn't it? Yeah. So he's obviously got over for the second half, I imagine. And
yeah, so Zachary McHenry, he wanted more goals, so he.
Yeah, he's Hollinson's top scorer.
Yeah,
first team top scorer. I think he's a centre back as well. He might play elsewhere. He's obviously dropped down from what he used to play. He could be a midfielder, something, but yeah, I'm imagining centre back.
So that's Div 2. Anything to say about Div 2, Leon?
Well, I think I saw Glenn, the Hollinson manager, say on Twitter that Div 2 is looking. I think it'll be very tight this year, and sort of judging by the early results, everyone's sort of picking up results against each other. One week, they sort of might win convincingly, and the next they go and lose, or the other way around, lose by a big score, and then they go and pick up a result. So it'd be good to be a part of it if I eventually do get back in.
Could be Ickersham's year. Could be Ickersham's year, mate.
Let's not get carried away.
Right, moving on to Div 3. We've got Hastings Comets playing at the Bexhill Road against Hurstman Zoo. Hurstman Zoo winning 3-1. Goals from Liam Johnson, Robbie Hodgson, and Toby Jones. The goal for Hastings Comet was from Luke Darville. In a back and forth game, Catsfield playing Rye Town Reserves. Catsfield, who were ahead, left it to the last minute to make it 2-2. Jacob Jones and Harry Atkins got the goals for Catsfield. For Rye Town, Sam Fuchs got 2. Ticehurst first were playing Westfield thirds. Ticehurst managed to win it 3-2. Goals from Edward Harwood with two goals, and Darren Nichols for Ticehurst making it 3, with the goals for Westfield from Sam Way and Ralphie Coker. Bexhill AAC Reserves playing Crowhurst Reserves at the Sidley Recreational Ground. Crowhurst winning 3-1. Goals from Joe McCarthy, who got 2, and Harley Millward to make it 3. There was also 4 yellow cards for Crowhurst, so they were obviously putting it about a bit. The consolation goal for Bexhill was from Dominic Sinden. Mountfield United first against Sovereign Saints. Blimey, it was 8-2. Liam Baker got 4. Amir Malik got 2. Steve Forst got a goal, and Nick Severino to make it 8 for Mountfield. Sovereign Saints, Harry Hughes bags a couple in reply. Orrington firsts against Parkfield firsts. 3-2 for Parkfield. Tom Ellis and Oliver Truman bagging 2 goals there. Andrew Swindles and Tristan Hinds getting the goals for Orrington. Here's over to Div 4. Westfield fourths against Robert Bridge United Reserves. Robertsbridge going out 3-2 winners. James Hopkinson got 2, and Ben Tinge got the third for Robertsbridge. There were some late goals from Westfield with Paul Hobden and Ashley Jameson scoring for Westfield, but it just wasn't enough. Sedlescombe Rangers to development against Burwash firsts at Oaklands Park. It turned out 3-2 to Sedlescombe. 2 goals from Ben Cowell, and the third goal from Graham Stovall. Burwash's goals were from Archie Jupp and Rise Coolner. I mean, what a week for Battletown. Their thirds winning 7-1 against Hawkhurst United Reserves. There was a hat-trick for Nathan Dolby, goal for Liam Smith, 2 goals for Rise Bennett, and the last goal for Battletown from Matthew Bricknell. At time of recording, Hawkhurst hadn't put their goal up yet, so sorry I don't have that. More goals. Tackleway Reserves were playing pass and move thirds. Tackleway winning 9-1. Hat-trick for Ben Hull, 2 for Ben Cruff, Ryan Grayson, Jamie Pelling, and Samuel Robson Grundy getting the goals for Tackleway. Again, at time of recording, pass and move haven't put their goals up yet. Hastings Athletic were playing Wellcroft Park Rangers Reserves. Wellcroft won 4-1. Goals from Benjamin Ackhurst, Mark Hedges, Darren Weller, and Aaron Wright. Made it 4 for Wellcroft, with the consolation from Joel Hennessy for Hastings. Right, and then we move over to the ESFL Team of the Week. Just looking at it now, Crowhurst's Andy Ball in goal, with a back 4 of Westfield's Don Whittaker, Pummets Ashley Chatfield, Hollington's Dan Spice, and Hastings Comets Tyler Wilson. Interesting choices. In the midfield, we've got Harry Aitkins from Catsfield, Ricky Baldwin from Crowhurst, Ryetown's Sam Fawkes, and up front of Battletown's Nathan Dolby, Danny Woodley of Hollington, and Kelvin Lowes of Parson Move. Interesting mix. I'm wondering how they work it out sometimes.
But I'm sure a few Hastings fans will notice a certain Danny Spice at the back for Hollington. I think you got their player of the match actually as well. So
did he this week? Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he's obviously still. I can still imagine him putting in the tackles as he used
to. Spicy tackles
at the pilot field. Yeah. So I might want to warn Howard to stay away from the Gibbons field, because I think he's got a bit of history of doing a runner at the site of Spicer.
Well, Leon, that was the week that was. Anyway, thank you very much, Leon, and I'll see you next week.
See you next week.
And over to the SBTS fan roundtable, and much thanks to Windy John, Big Malc, and that super fan of Met Police FC, COLIN, for making it happen. Well, it gives me great pleasure. Episode 77 of the roundtable We've got Windy Gale here. We've also got Big Malc, and also joining us is a member of the Met Police.
Oh, I should have seen this comment.
Yes. Met Police. Colin, what is your job for the constabulary?
Do you want the main job or what I do for the club?
Hang on, technology. A bit of both, mate. Go on, tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm one of those volunteers that does pretty much everything. So my main thing is I run the club shop and do the match day programme, but I also do the season tickets and the merch and pretty much anything the club tell me to do.
Blimey. What photographs have they got of you, Colin? No. No, again, I mean, we speak about it all the time. Volunteers are the lifeblood of, well, non-league. So, I mean, it's brilliant for anyone that's listening or watching. We've got Colin on because we are playing the Met Police next Saturday in the FA Trophy, isn't it? Yeah. At IMBER Court. So we thought we'd get you on just to have a quick chat. I mean, you are on a little bit early. We were going to talk all Hastings, but tell us a little bit about the Met Police. So tell us about your club. How many do you usually get down there?
Yeah, let's start with the tough ones. At the moment, we're averaging out about 150.
Okay.
So not massive numbers. And the one thing you will notice is we're not the most vocal, which we're well known for in the division. But we are very passionate about the team. We're just not very loud about it.
Okay. It's all right. Well, I don't know what to say to that, chaps.
Well, the one thing I will say, because it's one of those misconceptions, is we don't have any officers in the squad anymore and haven't for 20 odd years. Little basic history lesson on this one. Back in the early 2000s, a new head of the Met came in and said that officers weren't allowed time off to play. So the club basically either had to fold or become a proper non-league club, and that's what we are now.
Well, I had all these copper gags ready, and none of them were coppers. Oh, okay.
Well, our manager's still in the force, most of the board, but so yeah, there'll be people that hear it. Don't worry.
Yeah, are they going to have their truncheons out?
Hey, up.
If you like.
No, it's great you're coming on, Colin. I mean, how are your boys doing in their league that they're in?
At the moment, we're just outside the playoffs. There's been a couple of games this week. We didn't have a league fixture. We competed in the Surrey Senior this week away to Westfield, got a 3-0 win there. But yeah, we're like 2 or 3 points outside the playoffs after all the games. So we've started all right.
Oh, good. And it's good to hear you've got a printed programme. That's what I'm liking to. I like to hear that.
Yeah, we've actually got a bit of a weird arrangement. Basically, it's almost like a fanzine because I kind of fund it for the club.
All right.
And so all the money we sell goes to the club, but they can't make a loss. So it works for everybody. Because when I started getting involved, they wanted to switch to digital. And I said, look, just let me take it over, prove it works as a printed. And this is my 4th season. So
well done, mate.
Anybody who says the printing program doesn't work, don't believe it.
Absolutely, yes. And well, for me anyway, it's an essential. Is it essential for you, Malcolm?
It is, yeah. It's all part of football, isn't it? And us older generation, we like to have a paper copy that we can bring home and read at our leisure when we want to, isn't it? It's all part of football. It's tradition. We got to have a paper copy.
My mum would have preferred it to have been a web-based one all those years ago because my dad's attic is collapsing. Since he passed away, she keeps asking me to go up and see what's up. I must go up there, actually. There's probably some really old ones, but yeah, I don't know what I'm going to find up there, to be honest.
So just to get this right, Colin, so you put the whole programme together?
So yeah, I'm the main editor. I also do articles. I've also got a couple of regular contributors, luckily. And then we've got a printer who does a really good price and does the design side of things. So it's just me pulling everything together and getting the odd article in there.
Yeah. Oh, great stuff. Well, I know I'll definitely be buying a programme when I come down Saturday week.
Lovely clubhouse as well, Chris.
Oh, is it? Oh, well, I do like a beer as well.
Yeah. So heads up for you guys. It is a dry ground. We do have a clubhouse, but it's outside of the ground.
Yeah.
So you drink in there and then come in, but we don't have anything inside.
Oh, sorry. That's got because I'm sorry. A dry ground. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Did you know that, Malcolm? Is that why you said that?
Yeah, it's outside of the ground. It's not down the road or anything like that, but it's outside of the ground.
Yeah.
But it's a great clubhouse. It's not little. It's quite a big clubhouse, but they do great food, good selection of beer, and then you go into a dry ground. So.
But we do have one of the best burgers in non-league, so there is that going for us.
I'm gonna hold you to that, Colin.
The full hog. If you look on Footy SCRAN and places like that, that's good reviews. So you can afford to that.
Good food, Chris.
The full hog as in pig.
Oh yeah, you got the bacon, you got the burger, you got the sausages. It's a beast.
It had to come.
Yeah. Well, I see on that.
I went there for the Tunbridge Angels Super Playoff final.
Oh yeah, the painful match we don't talk about. Yeah.
Oh, I'll talk about it.
Here we are.
Feel free.
But go on then.
Craig played in that, didn't he? Tunbridge Angels. I've never ever done it. It was a Super Playoff final. They won the playoff final, and then it had to go to a Super Playoff because they were reorganising the leagues. Yeah, it was a great final.
It was a really good game, but it still sticks in our craw a bit that we won the league, we won the playoff in our division, and still didn't go up. And it's the 1 year they did it. So, and we were 4 minutes away from promotion. A player went down with a head injury. Ref was supposed to stop the game, didn't, and they score. Well, our players game. Well, what's going on here? So,
yeah.
Was that Craig's doing, Malc?
Yeah, he hit him on the head.
This is Malcolm Stone. His son Craig played for Tunbridge.
Oh, right, okay.
Or Big Malc, because he's an agent as well, aren't you, Malcolm?
Agent, yeah. I'd like to be known by my own title now, rather than Craig.
Secret agent.
Well, in terms of getting to the ground, I know there's a train strike on, but what's parking like near Imber Court?
Parking's not bad at all because Imber Court itself is the main leisure facility for the Met Police in London. So we've got like loads of tennis courts. The rugby club's quite famous in its own right. So we've got quite a large car park out front. So I wouldn't worry on that front.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. Is it it's free parking, yeah?
Yes. Yeah, free parking.
See. Very good. Very good. Colin, anything you want to say? I'll tell you what, let's just quickly talk about your side.
Sure.
What players to watch? Give us an idea. Who's going to thrill us when we come along next Saturday week?
Oh, just a couple. Well, we've just re-signed Liam Beach in goal, who was Player of the Year for Farnborough 2 years ago, our Player of the Year last season, goalkeeper. Left us, went to Carshalton. Things didn't quite work out, and he came back a couple of weeks ago. In my opinion, easily the best keeper in the division, but obviously I'm a bit biased. Wow. Going forwards, Herson Alves, Portuguese, 25-year-old, played for Brentford B. So he's played against like the likes of Bayern Munich, second string. He's our leading goal scorer so far this season with 6. And on his day, he's unplayable. He really is. Unfortunately, his day, he hasn't had one in a couple of weeks because he's been injured. But he came back midweek, got 20 minutes the other day. So hopefully he'll be back this weekend. And next weekend, hope this weekend because we got our FA Cup tie, and hopefully we'll be back for the Hastings game as well.
Who you got in the FA Cup?
Chippenham Town.
We had them last, didn't we? Didn't we have them last year?
Yeah,
Chris? We had them last.
Didn't we beat them 1-0?
Yeah.
At their place. Listen, Colin, I really appreciate you coming on. I know you're outside a train station talking to us.
Yeah.
Obviously, best of luck with your season. I'd love to catch up with you at the game Saturday week.
Well, if you're going to buy a programme, you have no choice because I sell those as well.
Well, I'll definitely see you. But look, listen, thanks for coming on, Colin, and you take care of yourself, mate.
No worries. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Colin.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Colin.
Cheers.
Take it easy.
Just very quickly, keeping on the same subject to that, Andy Barr, who's one of a Hastings fan, he was at the beginning, end of the last season, the beginning of this season. He started coming along a bit more. I think he must have played for the Met Police. He sent me a message saying, I played at IMBER Court a number of times. The team used to be at Met Police office and Met Police staff members. Then the commissioner stopped us being given time off to play and train, and that enabled non-police members to join us. So that verified what Colin was just saying, really. So up until then, it was because, you know, they were allowed, but now they're not allowed to have time off. So there you go.
A bit of a shame, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Call Met Police and there's not a policeman in there.
No. Their gates are high, though.
In the FA Trophy and the FA Cup and so forth. Has anyone seen the tweets flying around from Sevenoaks and Sittingbourne, two of our old foes, of trying to get the game moved because Sevenoaks have got their FA Cup game against Bath, and biggest in their club's history, and Sittingbourne wouldn't do it, couldn't do it, and the FA hung around with emails and so forth. There's quite a long list of what's been going on from.
Yeah, a bit of intrigue, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, what's your thought on that, Malcolm?
It's a bit strange Sittingbourne, but at the end of the day, you know, yes, they want to play, and I don't know. I think they were just being a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
But I think the FA should get hold of it, you know, and just say, yeah, right, okay, this is the date, you know, and yeah, we realise that it's the biggest thing, you know. It's also the FA Cup is also their cup as well, and their big cup, you know. So. You know, they should have got involved and sorted it out a little bit, be a little bit more professional, you know. Yeah. And
exactly.
It's funny that I think Sevenoaks tweeted, the FA don't work at weekends, you know. It's quite strange. It's probably their busiest time, the weekends, but yeah, they couldn't find 20 emails. So
I think, yeah, Cloughie knew what the FA were.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about Hastings then. A great week, fantastic victory against Carl Shorten in a stodgy game, 1-0 winners, a cheeky little free kick from Sam Hasler that maybe the goalkeeper could have done a little bit better with. Where do you want to start? Wendy, do you want to kick it off?
Yeah, it was a funny game, wasn't it, to start with? It sort of, I was a bit nervous the like, first 20 minutes. They seemed to have had us on the back foot, but we dealt with it, and which we have been, haven't we? Let's face it, the defence is just so solid still. We didn't seem to have too much to worry about, did we, really? I don't think. I mean, Louis had to make a couple of saves. He made that brilliant save, didn't he?
Oh, Christ, yeah. What a save that was, yeah.
That
was when we tipped onto the crossbar, wasn't it?
Yeah, in the second half. I can't remember if it was after or before our goal, but I think it was before. In which case it kept us in the game, you know. And then there was the sending off, which I didn't see properly exactly what happened, but I think it must have been a high boot.
No, it was deliberate handball.
Was it? Oh.
Yeah, apparently.
That's why no one complained. Okay. Silly boy then, wasn't he?
Yeah, quite happy with that.
Deliberate handball denying a goal scoring opportunity or second yellow?
It was a second yellow. Handball, deliberate handball. I didn't see it, but then I asked all the other side of the
Elphinstone end, yeah.
Yeah, and all of them saying no, it was just clear handball.
Basically, Mount the ball was going towards Louis, and I think Louis had the ball easily, but I think that's when he must have handled it. This I think it was their centre forward, wasn't it, Chris? Big guy, wasn't he? He's a big. Well, most of their players are big. They're a big side again, weren't they?
That's the league. That is, as you said, as Malcolm said before, you know, very big lads, most of them.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I mean, they're still quite tight, even though it was down to 10 minutes. That free kick that did it, but yeah, we did look a bit better when you'd hope as well when you got an extra man, but it don't always pan out like that, does it? So yeah, we did all right. That was a brilliant free kick as well. I mean, yeah, perhaps the keeper may have done a bit better, but he hit it well enough, didn't he?
No, he did. I mean, special mention, I haven't said it already, obviously, Daddy Stone's offspring, Craig, getting 100 games for Hastings. I mean, I don't know how he carried that trophy. I mean, it was so big. that he received from Billy Wood. I mean, he's been great at the club, Malc. I mean, I know talk about the game, but obviously your boy's been he's been just exemplary, I think. But anyway, go on, you go slag him off now. Go on. Yeah.
No, I won't slag him off. Mate. He loves it there. He loves it, and that's all part of it. And if you're at a club that you enjoy being at, then he's a born winner anyway. You know, at the end of the day, and so wherever he goes, and he just wants to win, and he loves it at Hastings. And you know, he welcome the whole family. They're a family club, and they welcome his family. You know, so his wife and especially little Josh. You know, so. All the time that he's welcome and his family's welcome, and Craig loves the club. So, and I think that helps. It makes you play, enjoy going there. You enjoy playing, enjoy the bar afterwards and the social life, you know. And it.
I couldn't believe he got to 100 games already.
No, nor could I.
It doesn't seem that long ago, really, that he started with us. But there you go. That's how important he's been. He's just there all the time, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a stone in defence.
Yeah. just Mr. Consistency, you know, you can count the kind of bad games he's had on one, not even one hand.
No,
do you know what I mean? There's only a couple where, you know, we could think back to a few games where he's been at fault for maybe one thing, but Jesus Christ, 99% of the time he's been.
Don't you think that
seems
to rub off on the other defenders around him? When he's playing so well all the time, they've got that extra bit of confidence, which I think is why they always seem to be so tight at the back at the moment anyway. And even in the past, you know, it's not like we've in recent years, had a bad, you know, a few games where we're letting in loads of goals. And that's because our defence is usually pretty rock solid, isn't it? It's a little bit worrying that I'll go with 1-0 every week. I'm quite happy with that, but it'd be nice to have a few more, wouldn't it? Just to get the goal average up a bit if it comes down to that at the end of the season. That's the only thing. Creating a few more chances, I think, is perhaps the only thing we're not quite doing, really. Not through lack of effort. Everyone's trying. I mean, Ben, Jesus. I saw the state of him at the end of that game. He was knackered. So, yeah. What did you think of Dawes when he came on?
No.
I wasn't there at...
was you not? Oh, okay. Sorry, mate.
I was only there at Cray, so he wasn't on for very long there.
It's all this bloody agenting you're doing, isn't it? You know what I mean? You're never at a game now.
Well, I'm out looking at others, isn't it? I can't get to everyone. And Craig said to me, you're out looking at other people and you're missing my 100. So, you know, but I just had to miss it. I can't let other people down. And they're going to make me money. Craig ain't going to make me any money now, is he?
But yeah, I'm talking about Lloyd. Yeah, he did come on, look lively.
He did.
He needs games.
He does. He does. Yeah, I thought he looked.
A bit of luck as well.
Yeah. Everybody played well again, didn't they? Didn't see anybody play a bad game, really. They're still getting used to there is a different speed in this league, definitely. It's, you know, the tempo's a bit quicker than the passing, and they're gradually getting used to that, and it's showing. It is showing. I just wish that they could try and put a few more chances, or at least have a few more shots on target, or even a few more shots full stop. It's just a little bit of confidence, I think, maybe with a few players, just to have a go, see what happens. You know.
Well, I think we have to be a bit more mindful in this league, you know, defensively, and I think that means that you're not seeing as much attacks. But I mean,
it was quite a good tactical move when the bloke got sent off. We get rid of a defender, didn't we? Took one off and put somebody else up front just to make it even stronger. And Norrie came on, didn't he? Oh, Norrie played last night, didn't he, for the under 23s and scored.
Yeah,
might do him good.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I hope Norrie. I always, when I see Norrie, I just think he just needs that little bit of confidence.
Yeah,
it's just something.
That's what I mean about last night. It might be just something like that. It might just trigger him into it. So, yeah, we'll see. Good move that, putting him in the team.
John, that's where the problem is the confidence. You go up to this league and it is a big jump.
Yeah.
You know, there's quite a few boys there. You know, we need a 25 goal a season man.
Yeah.
But then so does everyone else in every other league because they're not out there anymore. You know, they're snapped up if they are out there, and I haven't seen one this season. And you know, and if they was, they'd be snapped up a lot quicker from a lot higher. Because a lot of higher leagues are looking for them as well.
Yeah, I think there was one. There was one there, but he's been sent back to Gillingham.
Well, yeah, I don't really know what's going on there, and I can't help anyone out with any information because I don't know. But
we'll see. I mean, there's always, you know, there's always that possibility he might come back, mightn't there? You never know with football.
Well,
it's difficult. It's all politics, you see, in respect of you can only have 4 loan signings in the season. If he played against Cray, it would have meant that he would have had to re-loan, which would have been the second one. Plus you've had, you know, other loan players, and you run out of your 4 before Christmas. You know, you've had it. So
it's true.
All to do with timing and, you know, and the right people.
And all due respect to Gillingham, they need a bit of help as well, don't they? So
that's it.
They're not doing that well,
isn't it?
He was on the bench as well, wasn't he, for them at the weekend and the game before. So he's, you know, they're not just not using him. I think he came on in one of the games. So
he played yesterday as well for the under 18s, I think it was, or under 23s for Gillingham down at Beeching. So he's keeping fit. It's not like he's not playing, you know.
Good luck to the lad. I mean, he did us well, didn't he, while he was here? So
no, 100%. Let's say last week, I know John Wills was talking to him and his dad.
Poor bloke.
Yeah, exactly. And after the bloke woke up, and he did say that was his last game for Hastings. He wasn't coming back. So, but the dad wasn't sure that maybe it was his last game for Gillingham. So I don't know what was going on there. Maybe there was a few runs being handed out or something. I don't know if we've spoken anything about. It was nice seeing Kenny again. Kenny Pogue came over after the game, travelling back from Lyd.
Yeah, I saw him. I had a word, but he seemed quite. He didn't seem over the moon about being over there, but I think he was saying something about his job as well. It's all to do with that. So, yeah, family comes first.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame he can't be there, but you know, going up the high levels, you know.
Yeah.
Malc, have you heard any whispers about any other new striker coming in?
Nothing, mate. No, I asked Craig for any gossip or anything that he can tell me, and he's given me nothing.
I hear you was looking at one over at Icklesham.
Yeah, he's on the bench as well, isn't he, old Leon? Leon always gets a mention on here now. He's done his hamstring, hasn't he?
That's it, yeah. He used to laugh at me for that when I got to his age, and now he's got to that ages. I hope it's all right for him.
I've heard nothing from him. I've been trying to get hold of him. I've heard nothing from him.
But you tried your best. I
thought he was going places, but you know, he obviously
he's going. Yeah,
he's gone. He's not only going, he's gone.
Knackers yard, mate. He's the Knackers yard now. But yeah, I mean, let's talk about. We've spoken very briefly, and actually, you know, quite jokingly about Craig Stone. I mean, a tremendous effort from him to he's the glue that keeps Hastings going. There's that spine that we have, and he's a massive part of it. But he's really helped bring on old Breffo. Breffo had another cracking game.
He did.
And I mean, with your Stoney, he does lead by example. He doesn't need to scream and shout at people because he just follows his lead. Any thoughts on that partnership?
Talking to me?
Oh, hang on. What's this? Taxi driver? You're talking to me?
Talking to me?
I'm the only guy here.
Is it right?
I was there at Cray, and I know he had a great game at Cray, and I think he's just gone on leaps and bounds. And I'm certainly not going to blow Craig's trumpet for him. He does that himself. But yeah, I mean, you can only it's experience, and he's been around a bit, Craig, and you know, so at the end of the day, you know, he has brought him on, and any player that's keeping Finney out of the side has got to be
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That's the way I see it. You know, he's a good player, Finney. You know, we all raved about him coming here from Folkestone and that. You know, can we keep him? And when we had him on loan, and let's go in and buy him, and you know, and now we've got another player keeping him out of the side. He's got to be some player, that Breffo, you know. So,
Yeah.
No, I was chatting with Finn last Saturday, you know, and he said, like, you know, he's got no grumbles, you know, like they're playing well. You know, he said if it was the opposite and it was like they weren't playing well or results weren't good, then he'd have a problem. But he hasn't. You know, he's just waiting until he gets his opportunity, which is
he will as well.
Excellent on him.
Yeah, he will as well, because we have been racking up a few bookings recently as well, and that, you know, eventually you're going to get a few disciplinaries in there, aren't you? Injuries don't take long. Yeah, especially when you get the winter months coming in, you slippery pitches and all that, all sorts of happens, doesn't it? So
yeah.
What I like in a minute is you've actually got Craig, Sammy, Dicko, 3 captains on their own, really, right down the middle. They're all like captains, aren't they? And Ben captains the front line on his own. It's just I can't remember having a team where you've had 3 or 4 leaders in the same team. There's always been 1 or 2, but never that many. And they don't bicker with each other. They're just all together, and everybody around them that seem to be firing off of them. I might be, you know, jumping the gun a bit because it's early days still, isn't it? But there's definitely a massive improvement from the beginning of the season. I mean, a lot of that's down to Gary. He's obviously
you know, getting Jake Elliott in, you know, he's been bringing improvement.
Yeah,
Breffo kicking on. Obviously, Tom Chalmers playing very well. Most games he's been very good.
I think Gary does his substitutions at the right time as well. You know, gives these players the right time. He just seems to bring them on just as you need them to. If somebody's picked up a booking, other than when Dawes got sent off, he gets them off. You know, he can take them off because he don't want us going down 10 men as well. Unless, you know, do you know what I mean? He seems to be on the ball with his substitutions, which makes a big difference. It's what you've got a big squad for. You know, you have got a big squad, and that bench is quite strong at the moment.
Yeah. You just hope, like, I'm looking at the team now and I'm thinking, like, there's a lot of players there that clubs higher up the leagues might have a little look at, like, you know, your Breffos, your Tom Chalmers.
I know.
And hopefully we can keep them till the end of the season, you know, and let's see where we go. Because, I mean...
you never know. You just never know what might happen. I mean, the teams that I thought were... I was... only about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I thought, well, Horsham looked like they're on fire. Now look at them. I think they lost again last night, didn't they? Didn't they lose last night?
I'm not sure. I haven't checked the results.
I'll have a look.
I know Lewis are on fire. They're well on fire. They shot down the league, which is such a shame.
We've got Potter's Bar soon. No, they're top, aren't they?
Yeah.
That'd be a tough
one.
They've
lost a few, John, haven't they? You know, they've lost a couple of games.
Yeah, I don't.
You know, they've had some 3-2s, and you know,
no one's running away with it, are
they? No.
Last night Enfield 2, Horsham 1. There you go. So it's funny. Yes, I mean, Enfield have gone above us now, so they've gone into 5th and we're 7th. So they dropped us down a little bit. We've got games in hand, didn't we? So
early days on the table.
I mean, it's still, you can't take too much into the table. Like you said before, we never used to look at a table, do we, until social media's right in front of your eyes.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, chaps, any of you two going to be at the game against the Met, please?
I can't make it.
No.
No, that's the point. I was talking about Adam.
Oh, we want to mention the radio. So the radio is it ceased already, or is it going to be ceased?
I don't know if it's ceased yet, but he's talking about it might have to cease because it will have to cease because of the cost for him. But it did run out the cost, and it was quite a lot of money.
Yeah,
over £100 a month, which is, you know, out of his own pocket. It's quite a lot, isn't it?
Well, these hobbies do cost a bit.
I
can tell you, mate. Oh, hang on, Mount's gone. But yeah, no, saying about Adam.
Get his wallet. He's helping out.
I'm just helping out. I was just going to go fund me page.
But
it's a shame because that really helps me when I listen to that. You know, that is a shame.
I don't know whether it be saved. I mean, there are other people talking about helping out. Maybe Adam, it's just a bit too much for Adam with everything. So maybe somebody else can help out. But it was great, wasn't it? What it lasted. So well done, Adam. I mean,
no, absolutely. I was glued to it for the Cray game.
Yeah, it's a good atmosphere. You feel like you're there sometimes. So.
Well, it's always
a few times what we're working, and and a couple of times I haven't been able to make it, and
done a great job there.
Yeah.
So there
will be some players to go.
Other than that, I can't make the Met Police. No, not unless something happens and I get arrested or something.
When is it? It's not this Saturday, is it? It's
week Saturday.
Have we not got a game this Saturday then?
Well, it was meant to be playing Billericay, so that's now been rearranged, isn't it? I saw it today, and I can't remember. I think it's 1st of November, sometime in November anyway. So Tuesday night away in Billericay.
Sounds like an Ian Jury song, that one.
Yeah, there's been a bit of Ian Jury banter on the Facebook site tonight. Bit of a tricky dicky one.
So that's Saturday the 10th, is it? Would it be the 10th?
8th. For the Met Police game, it's the 8th, isn't it?
Oh, the 8th. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I'll be there.
Good to catch up with you.
Yeah, and that Billericay one's Tuesday, the 1st of November away.
That's my last one for a few weeks, and so. Yeah,
I've got quite a few I've got to miss. It's a bit of a bum, but.
Luckily, I've got back operations. So
you have?
Well, carrying the Stone family that long, Malc. You know what I mean? It's
that's carrying Craig around, and then all these other lads I've taken on. I won't be able to get round to their games. So
I hope you're watching, Leon, and feel really guilty.
All right. Well,
good luck, though, Malc. Yeah, with that.
Thanks, mate.
No, absolutely, Malc. I hope that goes well. So when's the op?
13th.
13th. All right, then.
Not Friday, is it?
No.
Don't start all that.
I would have cancelled it. I've waited 3 years for it, but I still would have cancelled it Friday the 13th. It's Thursday.
Well, lads, thanks very much for coming on.
Thanks again, Chris.
Again, Windy, Malc, take care. I won't see you at the game, Windy, but I will see you, Big Malc.
Yeah, I'll be at the Met Police game.
Oh, yeah. Mine, there you go.
That's it for another week, grassroots football fans. Whoever you're going to watch this week, make sure you're loud and proud. As ever, if you want to get in contact with the show, or have any suggestions, or want to get in on our weekly roundtables, that email again is hufcpod@gmail.com, or on the Twitter, which is @hufcpodcast. You can get this podcast on all major platforms, be it Google Podcasts, Audible, iTunes, Spotify, or Amazon Music. And we have a jam-packed YouTube channel, chock-a-block, full of video interviews and episodes from the podcast. Please, please, please give it a look, a comment, or a like, but definitely subscribe. It's all free. All that's left for me to say is, I've been your host, Chris Laverick. Hope you have a good week, and see you at the game.